Om. 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 Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Rama Namanane Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Om. Pranams to the lotus feet of the Lord, pranams to all the Mahatmas and Gurujis, pranams to all of you. Shloka number 80. Amanimana manyo lokaswami tilokadrik sumedha med jodhanyah satyamedha daradaraha. This is the Nama we introduced, and we just saw the first Nama, Amani. In the last class, that's where we concluded that one without any pride. And the very purpose of Vishnu Sahasranaamam again is to understand and start looking at the entire universe as Bhagavan, viewing the entire universe and seeing everything as Bhagavan. So if everything is Bhagavan, then we also should not have any pride at all. Every individual achievement is, everything is Bhagavan's. Buddhir buddhimatam asmi, tejas tejasvinamaham, balam balavatam chaham, kamaraha vivarjitam. It comes in Gita. So everything is Bhagavan. So there's nothing called material accomplishments, personal accomplishments, nothing. Burying the ego, that's called ahankara. That is the fundamental of a person who wants to get moksha. Is what? Moksha is what? I am not this body mind complex. I am the Atma. I am not the body mind complex. So if you want to go to that stage of understanding and assimilation, when you are not the body mind complex, where is the question of the ahankara coming? And Bhagavan says, I am one without any pride. Bhagavan has got no pride at all. Because everything is Bhagavan's only. Where is the question of pride? Because there's nothing, there's nobody, earlier we have seen, there's nobody superior to him. So where is the question of comparison? So he doesn't have anything superior so that he can have a jealousy. No, Bhagavan, everything is Bhagavan only. So for us also, once we understand, I'm not this body mind, I'm the Atma, where is the superiority and inferiority? Everything is Bhagavan. This body mind is not me. So we must reach that stage. That's a very important point. So Amani, one without any pride. Then Manadaha. Now one who gives mana, one who removes mana. So rendu vidama paakalam. Let us look at it. Manam dadati. It is the Lord who gives us through his power of Maya, the Abhimana with the Anatma and the identification with the body-mind complex. Hence, he is Manada. Again, it is he alone who Dhyati, cuts away, removes the Amimana from those who knows the truth. So, it is the Lord who gives us through the power of Maya. Maya only makes us think I am this body-mind complex. Maya, the ahankara, which is what is coming through, from there only comes the mamakara, meanness, me, and then mine. These are all mine. So the abhimana is common. So everything starting point is the identification with the body mind complex. So hence he is the manada. And then again, he alone cuts away that abhimana. By what? By giving the knowledge. By being the Vedas, by being the Veda Antabhaga, Upanishad, where all the knowledge is there. Tatu Tvam Asi. Guru says, then he says, Aham Brahmasmi. So he removes that. So any mana, act of respect or words of praise that we get from others is given to us by Bhagavan alone. It is because of our devotion and punya that we are given by Bhagavan with whatever we have that gets the attention of others and makes them show their mana appreciation. On the other hand, if one should follow the path of adharma, Now Bhagavan Dyati cuts away, takes away the whatever respect one get from others, and yes, Manada. One sees Manada. So he removes the. So whenever somebody is becoming arrogant, and Bhagavan says, I will cut him to pieces. That's what it says. Whenever somebody thinks he has got everything, I told you in the last class, Makuru Dhanajana, Yavana Garvam, Harati Nimesha, Kalat Sarvam. Harati Nimesha, fraction of a second, life can turn exactly 180 degrees away. So understand everything is Bhagavan. Humility has to come. Vidya Datati Vinayam. There is ever in the knowledge of study of scripture should lead to Vinayam. If somebody says, I am a religious person, you must be humble. Otherwise, it's a fake understanding of the religion. Otherwise, using the religion only for acquiring more and more what? Power, position, arrogance, and wealth, everything we use religion. That means it's called business bhakti, as we say. So, Bhagavan is the one who gives the mana and who can remove the mana also. So, that's what. Then, Manya, one who deserves worship. One who deserves worship. He is Manya, one to be respected by all. He is the only altar of worship because all the glories, the cause for respect and worship belongs to him. So, because he is Manya, so he gives us mana. The next one, 750th Nama, Lokaswami, the Lord of the universe. He is the Lokaswami, is the Lord, ruler of the 14 worlds. Everything, he is the ruler, he is the controller, he has got the Aishwarya. Then Triloka Drika, one who sustains the three worlds. Here, Triloka Drika, the one who sustains all the three worlds. It can also be taken as the earth, the seven worlds below the earth, and the worlds above the earth. Okay, normally Bhulogam, Borlogam, Swarlogam. The Swarlogam only is called Swarga. So normally Trilokam means just to has we have to extend it to 14 lokas. So, but normally what we say is in many places in the Vedas it comes three. Even in Gita it comes. In Gita itself, Bhagavan says, I have nothing to accomplish in three lokas. Now, he says, what the shloka number 21, 22 of third chapter, Name Parthasti Kartavyam Trishu Lokeshu Kinchana. I have nothing to accomplish in the three lokas. So normally the three lokas is you have to extend it to the 14 lokas. That you have to understand. Otherwise, you can take it as Bhuloka as one, the upper six lokas as the second one, and the seven lokas which is below the Bhuloka is the third ones. So that way also you can interpret. So Triloka Drika. And Sumedaha. Sumedaha, one who has got good intelligence. While listening or studying, one should be able to receive knowledge properly. What has been received should be retained properly and it should be recollected properly at the necessary time. So, three things. Any learning should have. One is what? Once to receive or grasping the one, grasping the knowledge and retaining the knowledge and using the knowledge at the appropriate time. All the three should be together, should be clear. That is what is called the Meda Shakti. So, Meda Shakti is one, you get all the three: grasping, retention, and reproducing or applying the knowledge at the appropriate time. So, all this should be done without losing track. This capacity to look at a topic and hold it in the mind, it's called Meda Shakti. This capacity is very important, especially in the study of Shastra. To get this, why we say it is important in the study of Shastra? Because what Shastra says, Shastra is giving us something which we do not know. Shastra is meant mainly for giving us some knowledge which we do not know. Whatever we know about the universe, we all know it very easily. There's nothing to be said. This is a table, this is a chair, everything everybody knows. So Shastra knows, Shastra reveals something which the human being do not know. That's why the Shastra is there. It reveals what is papam, what is punyam, what is rebirth, and what is moksha, the consciousness, the atma. These things are apaurushayam, beyond the human intellect. And that is why Shastra is there. Without punya papa and karma and rebirth, the karma kanda is full of that. Without that, there's no discipline in the society. And we can logically understand what Veda says, but we cannot prove it with science. Understand this. Veda is apaurushayam, which is given by the Lord. What is given by Vedas can be understood using the logic, but what is given cannot be proved by logic. They are apaurushayam. Moksha, apaurushayam. Because by moksha, by understanding, my real nature, I'm not born again. How will you prove it? Nobody can prove it. Only Shastra is the Pramanam. To get these concepts, and retain that I am not this body mind complex, I am the Atma. It is a lifelong journey. It may take multiple janmas even. So we can understand Mano buddhya hankara chitta ninaham na cha shostra jihve na cha grana netre na chovyoma bhumir na tejo na vayuhu chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. We can memorize Nirvana Shatkam, no problem. Only 6 shlokas. But you have to retain it. Now, just by chanting Mano Buddhi Ahankara Chittani Naham, by saying it, has got no value unless you understand, retain it, and when you are transacting in this world, whatever is coming, you just relax. That means your mind is calm, quiet, no anxiety, no tension, no anger, no frustration, nothing, or no elation also. When somebody is giving you giving you a pat on the back or giving you praisey words, hey, you are doing very well, you are great. Then also there's no elation, and also when somebody is cursing you, you don't have no anger or frustration. What is that? That if that has to come, then you must have the retention power of what you have learned. So Meda Shakti is very, very, very important for a spiritual student. Everybody requires a Meda Shakti for academic excellence and making money for the world. So those who are intelligent with this Meda Shakti only are able to score and clear exams and are able to top and then go to some university, get the degrees and land in a good job and making a good life. Good life means in the material sense. That life is not actually with the materials, they still suffer because they always have anxiety. Unless you study the scriptures, the good life with the sense in the physically they have got a comfort. Physically, they may get married because somebody is ready to come and marry that person. That's it. Physically, everything is there, but mentally, if you want to be happy, then you have to come and study the Shastra. For studying the Shastra, you require Meda Shakti to retain the fact I am the Atma, I am not this body mind complex. I am not this world, I am not the cell phone, I am not the table, I am not the book. Everybody can say. But to say I am not this body mind is very difficult because the body mind is intimately associated with the Atma, which is my original nature. So our Swamiji used to say there's a boundary problem because world over boundary is the problem now everywhere. That is where the fight. Similarly, we have got a boundary problem by mixing up boundaries. What is the mixing of boundaries? Thinking I am the body mind. That is a boundary problem. So that can be solved only by studying the scriptures, not only study, by retaining and recalling it and using it whenever we are transacting in the world. After the knowledge, we are not jadam. After the knowledge, we still continue to transact in the world. For which Meda Shakti is extremely important. Grasping, retention, and application of the knowledge at the appropriate time. So this capacity is very important, especially in the study of Shastra. So to get this Shakti, we invoke the Lord as Sumedha. If you want to get this Shakti, you invoke the Lord as Sumedha. Why? Because as one who has endowed with the Shakti in absolute measure, Lord has got is in full measure. And if the Lord also is like us, then he has to store and recall all the knowledge with the help of the mind. It would be impossible for him to remember about everything in the Jagat, about all the jivas, because he is in the form of pure consciousness. His Meda Shakti is absolute measure in the form of an unfailing law and order. Thus, we invoke the Lord with this nature, with this name, to get the capacity to receive, retain, and recall properly. There's a suktam called Medha Suktam. Medha Devi Jushmana na Agat Vishwachi Badra Sumanasyamana. Very small suktam, not even will take 2 minutes. You can memorize it. So that is the saying that Meda Suktam. So you invoke the Lord, Sumedha, then you will get this. And what you do? You use this Meda Shakti even for our material comfort. That is okay. But what is ultimate purpose? Then use this Meda Shakti to understand yourself. Study the Shastra properly. So he is Sumedha. Then Medajaha. Medajaha. One who is born in sacrifice. This is the name of the Lord with reference to his Ramavatara. Meda means a sacrifice, another meaning. And since he was born as a result of Putra Kameshti Yaga, the ritual and prayer, he is Medaja. The Yajamana who undertake the performance of Meda, a sacrifice, is called Medaja. As he is said to take a new birth through the Diksha, the religious initiation. As the Lord alone is in the form of Yajamana, he is Medaja. Then next one. Dhanya, one who has achieved all ends. The Lord here is called Dhanya, one who has accomplished all wealth. That is, all ends that are to be accomplished. Ishvara does not really have to accomplish anything because everything is already with him. Since his essential nature is limitlessness, all Aishwarya belongs to him. While we have everything to accomplish through prayer, he does not need to accomplish anything by our prayer. Now, when we give an offering, it is given so that our prayers becomes more real. It becomes a physicalized prayer in which there is a sacrifice and giving. Such a prayer is effective. Even though the Lord cannot be bribed, still we do all this through our prayers so that we get the result. Bhagavan cannot be flattered by any amount of praise because he is already full and does not require anything more to become full. You have to understand this. He does not want me to do anything more to become full. That's why Bhagavan says in Gita, there are two shlokas I will refer, beautiful shlokas. In the third chapter, 22nd shlokas, he says, Name partasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana na anavaptavyam avaptavyam. Na anavaptam avaptavyam. There is nothing to be accomplished which I have not accomplished. Everything is with me. Which is not attained, that to be attained. Nothing is there. And varta evacha karmani. So he says this. Again in the fourth chapter, he says, ye yatamam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashah. What does it mean? Those who are understanding me and pray with the real understanding of the true nature of God. Okay. Now, so those who are doing is they also follow me. They also follow me means what? They are also understanding I am not this body, mind, like I am the Atma. We think we are the Jivatma. There is Paramatma is somewhere, and I, as a Jivatma, I have to travel and go to Vaikuntha or Kailasha or Shivaloka, and then where I have to merge with Paramatma, I have to physically merge. All these things we have a poor understanding. Initially, for LKG class, it is okay. But if you go and inquire properly, you understand there's nothing to be physically traveled. There's no physical travel involved at all. It is all about clear understanding that my nature, my true nature, what is my true nature? My original nature is I am the Atma, the consciousness, Chaitanya principle. Who is Paramatma? In true nature, Parama is not Shankaracharya. Very, very difficult concept to understand. Shantagaram, Bhujagashayanam, all those things are the initial class. Actually, who is the true Bhagavan, who has got no form, no gunas, nothing. Atma, am I forming, having the guna? No. So the original nature of both of us are one and the same. Those who understand, they will also be like me. That's what Bhagavan says. So you have to understand. But then what happens is once you understand your true nature, then you also can make, you are also become a dhanya. That means what? There is nothing to be accomplished. There is nothing to be accomplished again. Why there is nothing to be accomplished again? Because everything is accomplished, a fact. Which one is accomplished, a fact? Because once I remove my ahankara, mamakara, and detach myself from this body mind complex, then there is nothing to be accomplished. Because I identify myself with Atma. So we also, within quote, reach the Godhood. Reach means what? By understanding that God and myself are, there is no difference between both of us at the absolute measures. At the absolute level, there's no difference at all. It is like saying wave and ocean are different when you transactionally see. When you go and inquire further, both are only water. So once you have this understand, there is nothing to be accomplished. यस्वात्म रधिरेव स्यात् आत्मतृप्तश्च मानवः आत्मन्येव च सन्तुष्टः तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थः न कृतेनेह कश्चन न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिदर्थः व्यपाश्रयः तस्मात् असक्त सततं कार्यं कर्म समाचर. Beautifully Bhagavan says in Gita. So Arjuna, understand, study scriptures properly. You also can be like me, relaxed. You want me to be a driver, I'll come to you. You want me to clean and do the wash cleaning and doing mending horses, I'm doing it. I have nothing. I have got no ego problem. For me, everything is an accomplished fact. So you can also become a dhanya. Dhanya means who have achieved all the ends. What is the life's problem today for all of us? Why is the tension, anxiety? The tension and anxiety is because of apurnatvam we have, the inadequacies, the insufficiencies, the alpa buddhi, the want of the I want to become something, I want to reach something, I want to achieve something, I want to acquire something. This is the issue. The more and more we have got the wanting nature, more and more we think that we need to accomplish something. So each one has got a yardstick by which they say, I want to be there, I want to be like this, I want to acquire these things. So, and he says, I am here, I have to go there. So with that gap, you try to keep on working again and again and again throughout the life. A politician who is a corrupt, he keep on accumulating the ill-gotten wealth, which we cannot take even anything in iota. Even he cannot enjoy those wealth also. He has accumulated so much, he doesn't have time to spend because he has been accumulating till the last breath. Where is the question of enjoying? He doesn't take even a holiday to go somewhere and relax himself using the money. He puts everything in the Swiss bank. For whom, I do not know. I don't understand. All the corrupt political fellows, all of them have taken the money from here and go and put it there. When I talk to people in India, especially when my friends are there, I'm traveling more and more here now. And they say corruption is completely institutionalized, whether any government comes or not. 20%, 10%, 15%, the project wise. At any project you have to do, this much you have to pay. And when it comes to individual, you want a birth certificate, death certificate, you want succession certificate, you have to pay this much. You want to register your document by a transaction, do a property transaction, you have to pay this much. Everything is going by a clockwork precision. The government is trying to eliminate it with e-governance. But what happens is, society is so corrupt because you are avaricious. As if there's no tomorrow, everybody is putting it. That's where the black money is coming, the parallel economy. By what? For accomplishing something, to achieve something. But you are already, it is a very fact, it is an accomplished fact. What is that? I am the Atma, I have nothing to accomplish. Once you have this understanding, the life is a leela, a sport, majao maja. Nothing to be accomplished. Then what will you do for the rest of the life, having got this knowledge? You relax and do whatever has to be done, whatever little bit in the mundane world, make some living out of it, give some money, whatever it is. Kavo, pivo, maja karo. Because all your things are taken care by because your inadequacy has gone from the mind. So once you study the scriptures properly, more and more clearly, you will understand the very fact is there is no difference between me and God at the absolute level. In the transaction level, there is always a difference. And he is big, he is Swami, I am the Dasa. So I have to be only depending on the Lord for basic survival of this body mind. But as a real nature, I am the Atma. Jivatma is none other than Paramatma. This is an accomplished fact. Once you understand, you also can become a Dhanya hai. It not only Bhagavan, we also can be Dhanya hai. We can also be like Ramana Maharishi. And if you can going and visiting Ramana Ashrama and going and doing Girivalam is not sufficient. You have to study. Upadesha Saram, go and study. Now, Ulladu Narpadu, go and study. It's a very advanced. What Ramana Maharishi talks about is a very, very abstract Vedanta, very difficult to understand. The way he approaches it. There are a lot of simple texts. Again, I say, come to Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan simply put it, one of the easiest texts to understand for common man. And he gives the roadmap also. Anyhow, I'm diverting too much. So understand this. And one who has achieved all the ends. So you can also do it. So Satyamedaha. Satyamedaha, one with unfailing intelligence. He is Satyameda, one whose Meda, knowledge, never fails, never goes wrong. Unfailing knowledge means that it's a complete knowledge which does not leave anything to be desired. He has got complete knowledge. And earlier we have seen Sumedaha. Here Satyamedaha. So it means he knows everything. He has got his hard disk has got the capacity which is infinite. That is why he is able to distribute karma pala to all of us. He is able to distribute karma pala. That is what? Whatever we have done, punya papam, whatever the good acts, bad deeds we have done, he is able to distribute those things appropriately at the appropriate time, in the appropriate setup, in the appropriate janma. If somebody says I am doing everything is good, I have not done any harm to anyone, but I am still suffering. If you ask the question, what Shastra says is, you have done something bad in the past, or which only you are suffering now. That's what it is. Purva Janma Karma Prarabdha, that is coming. This Janma, you have not done anything bad, that's okay, which itself may not be right. But assuming you have been such a good person, and then what is the answer? Because of the Purva Janma, you are suffering. Our Shastra only can give the logical answer to all the inconsistencies in the world. Because why? We always ask, two children are born, twins are born for the same parents, and then what happens is one is different, one is good, one is having suffering. Why? People do not know. The Yajamana is there who has got lots of money, and his son is having a child who is having a problem. Whereas the servant maid has got a son who had no problem in the delivery, everything is good, and he says, I got a wealth, I went everything. No. In fact, I had a chance to visit, and those who visit India or those who are in India, sometime you must go and visit hospitals. And especially I visited one place in Chhattisgarh, in the Raipur, which is the headquarters of Chhattisgarh state. And there is a Satya Sai institution which is treating the heart problem of children, the congenital heart defects, free of charge. They do surgery for all of them who have born with that. And they have got such 3 institutions in India, one in Chhattisgarh, one in Haryana, one in Maharashtra. And everything is done only through donations and charity. And I had an opportunity to go and visit them because I'm visiting very often this Chhattisgarh state for my business work. And then I went and saw that and visited the hospital. They took me around and I saw the ward and then spoke to the children, their parents. Humbling experience, I'm telling you. Today, you and I are like this. You should thank God. Those children from pit of poverty background, they do not know anything. The parents have sold their house, property, everything to save the child, and lost a lot of money. Then finally discovered there is such an institution. They land up here. There's no cash counter at all. There's no cash counter. Everything is free. There's no means testing. whether you can afford or not. Nothing. They don't collect anything. Everything is free. You go there, get treated, they give a certificate at the end, and then give them some compliments, and then take you. What an institution! What an institution! And there are people who have been associated with the institution for the last so many decades. They have given their entire life for this. They are given their entire life for this. So what I want to say is, you must support such institutions where you can contribute, because we have seen now, we have accomplished everything. Means what? We already have a lot of money. Give it to charity. Whatever little bit, you keep it for yourself. Rest have to go to charity, because everything belongs to Bhagavan only. We are not taking anything from this place. You have to give everything. Whether you like it or not, you will leave anything. Better you give it for good cause. Don't keep on hoarding it and giving it to your children, spoil them. Don't do it. Give them something for them. Okay. You have to satisfy. Okay. But give it like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates. Give it everything. Because studying all these things is what? Very important is, we must develop. We saw earlier, Nama, what is the Amani? We started with Amani. So there's no question of Ahankara. So you should not have the body identification. So that is where the problem starts. So when it is not there, everything belongs to Bhagavan. Why don't you part with this? Otherwise, it is only a dry Vedanta we talk. We only study the Sahasranama for lip service. It is also very nice listening to the class. No, it's a waste of time. You have to translate everything into actions. If you want, you study Thirukural, which is a beautiful text, and there are English versions available. Aran Valiyuruttal. Igai. Igai is one adhikaram. That means giving. Uppurav Aridal is another adhikaram, which is giving everything. He says one Kural, Thalati Tanda Purulallam Takkarku Velarmai Seidar Puruttu. The very fact you are earning is to give to others. 2 Kurals later he says, if you don't give, Sittarul Vaikapadum, you are as good as a dead person. That's what he says. Anyhow, the idea is Bhagavan has got all the knowledge, and he is keeping an account of all our bad and good actions. And whatever the suffering we are going through now, remember that is, even if you have not done any bad actions now, in the previous Janmas, we have done something. Which Janmas? When we were born as human beings, not when we were born as animals, because animals or other plant or animals or insects cannot accrue karma palan. You accrue it only when you are born as a human being in the past. So we all have taken Manushya Janmas, many Janmas in the past. And we are suffering now, if at all, or we are enjoying good life. Both are because of good and bad of past. So you have got a choice only with regard to future. You have got no choice with regard to changing the past. Past is gone. So now onwards, you start doing good. That means what? Now onwards, you start Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, all of them give up. And study Vishnu Sahasranaamam, study Bhagavad Gita. You must dedicate your life. You must dedicate some amount of time, especially for scriptural study. Attend class regularly. Study. There are so many Gita classes happening all over the world. So many acharyas, so many learned people are doing it. Go and attend. Study one text, which is Bhagavad Gita. The prayojanam of Vishnu Sahasranamam should be for those who are not studying Gita, must study. Once in a while, I'll keep on repeating it. The reason is that is very, very important fundamental text. At least every Hindu should study. In fact, Gita can be studied by all human beings. It is so universal, applicable to everyone. As I told you, you can call God as, instead of Vishnu, you can call Allah or Jesus or anyone you like. But the principles are the same. And it explains, our Shastra only explains what is not explainable. Because often we ask, why me? That why me is answered by saying is, Sumedaha Satyamedaha. Bhagavan has got the complete knowledge of everything. He has got Aishwarya in full measure. That means power. So he will give the distribute the karma pala to all of us at an appropriate time, in an appropriate way, with appropriate intensity. Everything he will give us. Understand this much. So dharadaraha, the dharadaraha, next one, sustainer of earth. The earth which sustains lives and upholds everything is called dhara. And the Lord sustains the earth, and hence he is called dhara. So this is what it is. Then go to the next shloka, shloka number 81. तेजो वृषो द्युतिधरः सर्वशस्त्रभृतांबरः प्रग्रहो निग्रहो व्यग्रो नैकशृंगो गदाग्रजः तेजो वृषो द्युतिधरः सर्वशस्त्रभृतांबरः प्रग्रहो निग्रहो व्यग्रो नैकशृंगो गदाग्रजः तेजो वृषः, one who showers rain. Every day, as the sun, he showers his blessing in the form of his rays. That gives Tejas, the heat and light. Tejas is also water, again in the form of sun. He evaporates the water of the ocean and they become cloud, and in turn they shower rains. Thus a cycle is created, and which depends upon on this cycle. In the form of sun, he is Tejo Vrisha. In the Gita, Bhagavan says, yeah, tapam yamahamam varsham nigrinam yutsujami cha. That's what he says. I heat up the world and I withhold the water and release it. Tapam yamahamam. You have to split it. Tapami aham. I am not able to split it properly. Tapam yamahamam. Tapam yahamaham. Tapam yahamaham varsham. So I am only heating and holding it and distributing it. So that's what he says in Gita, chapter number 9. So what does it mean? You cannot do it yourself. You go and study Tirukural one sirappu. After the Kadavul watch through the first chapter in Tirukural, the second one is one sirappu. Why? Without rain, nothing can be done. If I start, I can explain all the 10 Kurals of the Tirukural. You go and do the homework. I told you, those who do not have the English test, buy the book. Buy the English book and read Tirukural regularly. That's a must. Because it has got everything. Now Modi ji has started quoting Tirukural everywhere. Because he has seen it. So it has been widely translated in many languages. So it is small couplets, 1330 verses, and fantastic, more than 2000 years old. So there he talks about the second chapter is about Vansarapu, which is that means the glory of rain. That was it means. So he is giving it. So without rain, nothing can be done. Dyutidaraha, one who is radiant. On seeing a person, we say that the body is healthy because the body enjoys a glow of health. That glow is called Dyuti. The Lord glows outside in the sun and blesses us and within the body. He glows and blesses as the prana. The glow within the body as the prana and the glow outside in the sun is nothing but Ishvara. As the Dyuti, the glow of health and the glow of life belongs to Ishvara. He is Dyutidhara. He is Dyutidhara. So some people have got a very good health. Some people have got a very good health. And even though they are 75, 80, they look so young. There are people endowed with that. And I have seen some people coming to my condo. There's a lot of elderly people coming and staying with their children and going back. So one gentleman came and I was doing the swimming in my pool. He says, I'm 75, I'm this much, I've got so many children, I'm there. They are all in Australia, America, whatever it is, one in Singapore. So see, like this, he was showing it. I said, okay, so what? I didn't say him, he's out of respect. So there are people who are very proud of their health, or because face is the index of the mind. Mind is very good. He has got no drooping face, very cheerful. So because mind, when it is having lot of issue, tension, your aging also starts very fast. So all the radiant glory, whatever it is there, either in the body or the radiance which is coming from the the sun which is giving everlasting heat, which is giving what everything, all the glow of life, it belongs to Ishvara only. Ishvara only. So you have to understand, he is the Dhyutidhara. Then Sarva Shastra Bridhamvaraha, the best among the wielders of weapons. Sarva Shastra Bridhamvaraha. Among the Shastra Brits, the wielders of weapons, he is the Vara. Vara means the best. In his avatars as Sri Rama, as the wielder of bow, which is called Kodanda, he was the best among those who wielded the weapons, and hence Sarva Shastram Bridhambara. You can go and see Ramayana. There's a lot of things explained by Valmiki in there. So his ability to fight enemies, lot of descriptions comes in Ramayana. But he never used it unless it was absolutely necessary. As Bhagavan, he only blesses. He does not normally use any weapon. He only wields it to bless you. And he is only the karma pala. It is only the karma pala that everybody gets. Hence, the greatest weapon wielder is the one who never uses it. Because Bhagavan keeps it. For what? Bhagavan keeps the danda, the kodanda, or Pinakapani. Shiva has got every Lord has got one bow and arrow. There's a different name. Sharngapani, Kodandapani, Pinakapani. So you got bow. For what? That means for two reasons. One is that indicates, symbolically represents, is because when you go to Ramar temple, or when you go to when you see some calendar photo in your house, you must remember these things, very important. That means he is there to protect those good people. Paritranaya sadhunam. This is the first point. Second thing is that bow and arrow indicates vinashayasha dushkrutam. So he will be eliminating all those bad elements in the society one by one. He has got his own timeline. That's what you have to understand. His timeline and our timeline do not match. So don't ever question why some people are making money doing ill-gotten means and that they are still happy. Don't ever question it at all. You follow dharma. You follow without looking at others, without commenting on others. This is a very important aspect. Often we say everybody is doing it, so I do it. Then you will also be in the same way. Somewhere you will get the problem again. Others, Bhagavan's time cycle is very different. We said he has got Sumedaha, Satyamedaha, we have seen. He has got all the knowledge. He knows how to fix people. Leave it to him. He will take care of it. You and I do not know. Because in the Kala Chakra, he has kept account of everybody's past completely. Database will never go wrong. He can retrieve it. There's no computer crashing at all in his Bhagavan's calendar. So he is able to take everything. He will distribute the pala. What you do is, you must follow dharma. You must follow dharma. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthana madharmasya tatatmanam shriyamiham. Coronavirus is again indicating to the human beings, hey guys, behave properly. Do not warm the earth. Yesterday there was a law which against things which is knocked down by Supreme Court in the US. What a tragedy. Because some states are again saying, no, we cannot be, nobody can say, we will continue to burn the coal and burn and do and enjoy whatever it is. And the court also says, correct. What nonsense is this? What a tragedy is this? And science proves everything. So we as a human being, we call them as leaders, political leaders, 16 states. And science says it is very clearly proven. And we have seen in the last 300 years, even in the last 10 years, we are understanding the vagaries of all these monsoons and everything. But still, the human greed is so much. You have to understand this. The human greed is so much. So what will happen? Bhagavan will fix. How will he fix it? He will eliminate the human race more quickly than what he thought he will give us a lease of life. Because in the Srishti, everything came from the Maya. So from the Maya, Bhagavan blessed, and the Maya, slowly everything came, including human species. Big Bang came about some 13 billion years ago. And he thought, we'll give you some more lease of life for all these humans and enjoy this earth. But what will happen? We will have a short life because we abused it. If somebody has got a very good body and start eating voraciously, without understanding it, he will die quickly, right? Start drinking, all those things. So similarly, as a society, if you start consuming avariciously, what will happen? Bhagavan says, okay, one day I will wipe out you guys. All the Swiss vault and then all the gold will be waste. So every animal and human beings will be happy because these human beings do not deserve this life at all. I gave it to them. They are not behaving properly. Now take it away. That's what it is there. So Sarva Shastra Britam Varaha. He is giving this, indicating this arm, this bow indicates he is Sadhu Rakshanam, and Dushta, whomsoever is there, he will be fixing them. He will be putting them in this place. Okay, he will Dushta Vinashanam. So he will be eliminating them. Then in his own space, in his diary, he has got all the karma palas recorded. He will do it. More we will see in the next class. Hari Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mayi Mayishaha Gobrahmanebhyo Shubhamas Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Krishna Arpanamastu. We'll again see next class. Hari Om. Thank you. Namaskaram. Hari Om. Hari Om. Thank you.